Ladies and gentlemen, bring it in. Welcome on in to another episode of the Link Up. Welcome to another week in wrestling. Trying to get live. Hey, that's as live as I'm gonna get for y'all. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really that. So, I'm more the chill, laid back type. But it's another week in wrestling. We actually had a lot going on this week. We gearing up for the end of the year. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Starting with...
Wait. Hold on. Are we gonna really go through this pod episode without introducing the co-host?
I ain't even introduced myself.
Where the introductions at? Who are we, man? Come on now. Who are we?
Take it from the top. Cut.
Alright now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on in to another episode of the Link Up. I'm not editing that first part out. I am your host, Ron the Don. Your other host, officially a pro wrestler, Mr. All-In, Alan Xander, ladies and gentlemen. And so...
Still feel surreal saying that. Gee whiz.
I know, but hey, we here now.
Mm-hmm.
Started off the year. It was going. Now, at the end of the year, that boy official. More official than Adam Pearce.
Wouldn't go that far. We're going to get there, though.
But nah, man, let's kick it off.
But going off topic, though, believe it or not, Adam Pearce can wrestle, bro. You seen some of his old matches? That man can go.
I actually, surprisingly, though, I knew who he was before he even came to WWE. Which, I don't even know how, I don't know if he was in, ROH for a brief stint or, how I knew who he was. But I remember him coming out with the robe and everything. That's how I knew who he was. I'm like, that name sounds familiar. So, yeah. But I actually knew who he was when he first showed up on TV, which was crazy. But he been solid in his role as a GM. He's becoming a good, on the screen, authoritative figure.
Yeah. Him and Nick Aldis.
For sure. And then he had that matchup against Roman Reigns. People probably don't remember that in the COVID era. So.
Yeah. That's crazy to think. He really did. Dang.
I know.
That's been 4 years ago.
Man, but we're going to kick it off with the big executive, the COO of the WWE, head of creative, Triple H, a.k.a. Paul Levesque. He was on the Roommates podcast with Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart. Another duo of light skins that have a podcast. Respect to them. They're not like us. But Triple H, while he was on there, he said some very interesting things, starting with the fact that he thinks this current era of WWE is better than the Attitude Era. What's your thoughts on this?
I mean, this is going to be a hot take to some, but he kind of has a point. Just off the fact that I'm able to experience this era. You know what I mean? I wasn't able to really experience the Attitude Era. I was born in 98. You know what I mean? So I was a baby watching. Yeah. I don't remember watching. That's why I remember the Ruthless Aggression Era. So, and plus, I think another thing that plays into that is, believe it or not, a lot of the wrestlers have a lot of freedom. Look at what AJ Styles did. Look at what Shinsuke Nakamura was doing. Going outside to other promotions. And look at Hank and Tank. They just won the Reality of Wrestling Tag Team Championships. You know what I mean? From FlyDev. Yeah. So they're also allowed a lot of freedom. You know what I mean? If they're not going to just have their wrestlers sitting around. Whereas hence with Vince McMahon, if you under contract with Vince, you really can't go nowhere. He want all his talent within the WWE. You know what I mean? So if you sitting backstage, you're just traveling, going backstage, eating catering all day. I mean, that's what you was just going to do.
Not to get too off topic, but somebody who was both in the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era, Kurt Angle said Vince McMahon going to hell. So You know, I'm gonna let that speak for itself. But yeah, Kurt Wilder, man, pray for that man, man. Don't send him to hell. Pray for that man. But
Yeah.
you know, nah, I see. This is my thing. Now, if we talking about star power, I don't know. I think the Attitude Era got him beat.
Oh, yeah, believe it or
Now,
not, they had a stacked main event card. The main event card and the mid card scene was stacked. Like you had
yeah,
Triple H going for the IC title. You know what I mean? You
Chris
had,
Jericho.
Chris Jericho going for the Intercontinental Championship.
You had
China going for Intercontinental
China,
Championship. Like, you know what I mean? And you had so those mid card titles meant a lot in the Attitude Era.
mm,
Just as much as the main event titles. And you had The Rock, Stone Cold, Undertaker. It was going for the WWF title, things of that nature. So, yeah, it's,
but this the
with the
thing that
scene, it is stacked. They
this
do
the
have a
thing
stacked
that I
card.
wanted to say though, because yes, I would like you. I was born a year later in '99, so I didn't grow up watching the Attitude Era. But fortunately, we were blessed with the WWE Network, and when COVID hit, Monday Night Raw was so bad, SmackDown was so bad that I ended up going back and watching the entirety of the Attitude Era. Now, if you went back and watched the entirety of the Attitude Era, a lot of what people say, like this was the golden era of wrestling, is kind of not true from the simple fact of you had like title changes almost every other week with like the Intercontinental Championship, European Championship. There was every storyline was just kind of like crazy, like Chris Jericho and Kane battling out because Chris Jericho spilled a cup of coffee on Kane. Like it was stuff like that. Now if WWE did that stuff today, it would be heavily criticized. So I feel like there's more depth to some of the stories
Yeah,
in
you got a
wrestling
point there
today.
because in Attitude Era, there wasn't a thing called cancel culture,
Exactly.
So you do have a point with that. You have a massive point because I think that's like the biggest negative in today's wrestling, in my opinion. The IWC. It's no pleasing. You can't win for losing. Like that is
Uh,
a big negative in today's wrestling. Is the IWC, believe it or not.
no, I have to agree, and that's why I say like a lot of people be like, or even the people that's mad that Netflix is not going to change their TV rating. It's like nothing is wrong with the product right now. It's actually
That's what I'm
better
saying.
for WWE to keep it the same because they're allowed to reach even more of an audience, making it more family oriented now. We going back to again the Attitude Era days where you literally had a guy, Val Venus, whose character was a porn star, and you had Japanese wrestlers running around with a sword chopping his penis off. Then you had stuff like that. You had Road Warrior Hawk, who outside of WWE was dealing with addiction and all of that. Kayfabe jumping off the stage, attempting, the S word. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
WWE, they cannot do that stuff right
And
now.
see, and this is what I think is gonna happen with Raw on Netflix, right? You know how they'll occasionally blur out stuff that they say on Raw and SmackDown already, like how they'll just blur it out. I think
Hmm.
that's the only thing that's not going to be happening. It's going to be just less blurring, like less blurring, like the holy. I'm gonna just say it, the holy shit chant,
Hmm.
holy shit chant, words like asshole, so like stuff like that. You know what I mean? I think that stuff is gonna be they're just gonna take that out completely as far as like blurring it out. They're just not gonna blur it. They
Yeah.
don't have to blur it. So that's what I think is gonna happen. But I don't think nothing's really changing as far as like
Nah.
the product. Like it's gonna get a little bit edgier, a slab bit edgier,
You think
and
they're
that's
gonna
what I
bring
think.
you think they're gonna bring LaMelo Ball back?
Hell no, that man. Look, I'm gonna just say this: LaMelo Ball walked, so Jada Parker can run. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Oh man! Also in this podcast, Triple H revealed how he has a mile-long list of celebrities trying to get in to the card at WrestleMania, but says he's only going to pick the biggest ones and the ones that make sense story-wise to be on WrestleMania in Las Vegas in 2025. how you feel about this. Do you feel like we need a bunch of celebs, at WrestleMania? I feel like it's kind of 2 years too late. They should have did it at WrestleMania Hollywood, but you know,
Yeah. But being that WrestleMania this year is gonna be, or next year is gonna be in Vegas, so I mean, it's still you can still kind of play along with that. You can still kind of make it make sense.
what we
So,
getting up?
but do they need celebrities? No, they don't. We can do with Bad Bunny again. I like to run another Bad Bunny match. I don't mind that because that dude can
See,
actually go in the ring.
that's who I vouch for. People that actually like take the sport seriously. Like
I'll
I'm
even
not
give Grunk a shot.
Grump. I was
I'll
gonna
give Grunk
say
a shot.
Johnny Knoxville actually didn't do too bad when he wrestled Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. Like it wasn't a bad match.
It
You know
was
what I'm saying?
entertaining. It was
Exactly.
entertaining.
So like if we gonna get
They got
something
the
like
job
that,
done.
people that take it serious and not make a mockery, Ronda, like people that's gonna take it serious and not make it a mockery, like that's what we want, you know. But a celebrity that took like water to the ring, Logan Paul, he says that he's retired. He's a dad. We believe in this, or are we calling cap on it?
Hmm. I don't know, man, because he said it so subtly, like
Yeah,
just like I'm retired, like that's got, believe it or not, that's got sarcasm written all over it.
I was gonna say
That
we talking
he
about a
gonna be back.
troll. We talking about a troll. He definitely gonna be back by the time Mania come
He gonna
around.
be back.
We probably
He probably gonna be back for Raw on Netflix.
exactly. We probably getting Logan Paul versus John Cena at WrestleMania. Now this is me speculating. I'm just throwing a guess out there, but I could see it. So
Mm.
because they've been
His
talking about
last,
that
I don't
matchup for
know, man.
years. They've been
This is
talking
the
about that
thing,
matchup for
though.
years.
This is John Cena's absolute last WrestleMania match. For it to be against Logan Paul, I don't know, man. I just don't know. Like,
Yeah.
if you could find a way to manipulate it in the story for it to make sense, I'd buy it. But you already know who I want John Cena to face for his last WrestleMania opponent because it just makes so much sense to do it. I
I
don't
know.
care how we get there. You just got to make it happen. Randy Orton.
See, it's tough because like we could speculate all day long. At the end of the day, WWE has their plans, I'm sure. But like when you even think about that, like is Randy Orton gonna be in a feud with KO? Is he gonna be in a feud with Cody Rhodes still? Like
That's
we
why I
don't we
said.
don't know.
That's why I said I don't care how we get there. If it makes sense, I'm sure they could figure it out.
All right. Before we get to SmackDown, Raw, and Saturday Night Main Event, let's take a little step outside of WWE and also a little bit of NXT. Toni Storm made her return to All Elite Wrestling as Toni Storm. So not timeless Toni Storm, but the original Toni Storm. Um, how you feel about this? You care at all, or
Nah, I seen the little reel on like my Instagram,
she got a
and it
huge
was
pop?
trending. It was trending. It was trending on X too. When
Mm-hmm.
she said that she was all elite, so I guess she's having this little amnesia storyline going, where she
Mm-hmm.
doesn't remember anything she did prior to the timeless gimmick.
Yeah.
So it could make sense. I could see this making sense. She probably gonna have a little fun making to do with this little storyline. So we'll just have to see where it goes. But am I gonna watch AEW still? Probably not. I'm just gonna be real with you. Probably not.
I mean,
But I
Tony
mean, if I
Khan.
see it on TV, it's the thing. If I see it on TV though, and I ain't got nothing else to do at that time, will I watch it for the wrestling? Yeah, I'll watch it for the wrestling.
Well, AEW got that new Max deal, where they're actually gonna be featured on Max if you have that subscription. And Tony Khan said at AEW World's End is gonna be a culmination of an to an end of an era for AEW as they transition into a new era, as they're set to debut on Max in 2025. You know, you buying. I know you into like stocks and bonds and all of that. You buying stock on AEW in 2025 comeback season?
Uh, I'd probably buy stock on HBO Max or HBO but like
Oh man,
I don't know, man. I don't like. Look, man. I
I'm
still want,
hopeful,
believe it or
bro.
not, I still want them boys to succeed, man. Because I
That's what I'm
want an
saying.
alternative. I want alternatives like AEW, TNA, MLW, Reality of Wrestling, Wildcat Sports, just any alternative. I love alternative wrestling. I like independent wrestling. You know, I like wrestling promotions that are trying to get on the come up because it lets you see all the talent that's out there in the world trying to get to this one location that is WWE. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, about 80 to 90% of the people that are wrestling want to at least have one match in WWE. You can ask anybody. If I'm lying, I'm
No, it's a
flying, bro.
fact. You got to think about what everybody grew up on. Like it's a fact. They can say all day long they don't want to be there, but it's just simply not true. If the money is
Now,
right,
I'm sure there was a time back in like 2018, 2019, people were saying I probably wouldn't go there right now. But right now, I'm sure a lot of people want to go there right now.
for
You know what
sure.
I mean? So
Mhm.
I'm just saying,
And then we
put this
had
thing in
kind
the
of
thing.
kind of had like the news of the weekend that was outside of WWE. TNA setting the business on fire, bringing back the controversial Tessa Blanchard. She made her return to TNA, attacked Jordan Grace in the championship match at Final Resolution. So she's back in TNA, and this is again the IWC. They kind of in shambles about this with Tessa Blanchard returning. What you think? Is good business for TNA, or
Look, man.
this is a sensitive topic now?
Look, I honestly believe, this is coming from a black individual. You know what I mean? I believe personally, everybody deserves a second chance. And me personally, when we was so Wildcat Sports a few months back put on a show called X Rated, and Tessa Blanchard was on the card. And I'm not like I've had like a subtle moment where I just shook her hand and went on by, but one of the girls that trained there, you know, she's the same race as me. She said she had a conversation with her, it was about a long 10, 15-minute conversation she was having with her. And everything was cool, calm, and collected. So I mean, I'm just saying, like, I think she's cool, you know what I mean? I don't have no issues with it, you know?
Yeah,
I I don't like. I mean, like I said, past she does have a track record, but I mean, like you said, like I was saying before, everybody, I think if they showing effort, they they could deserve a second chance. But that's the one chance you get now. You do it again,
yeah.
I ain't letting my guard down no more.
Nah, she definitely her and TNA are walking a thin line. TNA, their little phrases cross the line. Well, I shouldn't say little phrase. Their phrases cross the line. So they definitely trying to bring back that core audience that was with them years ago. They still got their core audience now, but they trying to bring back the TNA original audience. So, she is the first woman to hold the TNA World Heavyweight Championship when she beat Sami Callihan for it. So I mean, why not? You TNA, you linking up with WWE in 2024. You done made big acquisitions with guys like Nick Nemeth, Mustafa Ali. You brought the Hardy Boys back. Joe Hendry is on fire right now. You got Moose. So you know,
The fact that Moose has been around for this long, like
I
with
know.
TNA, he stuck to. That's the dude that don't get talked about a lot. But that dude deserves his flowers for how he stuck with TNA through the thick and the thin, dude.
Yeah,
The good, bad, and the downright ugly, bro. Like he deserves his flowers for that because it's like I know that wasn't an easy road. You know what I mean? To be he's a TNA household name at this point. Moose. You
definitely.
if you hear the name Moose, you think of TNA wrestling.
And he has no interest in going anywhere else. So and then finally, outside of the main roster of WWE, NXT Championship match, the main event of NXT this past Tuesday, Eddie Thorpe gets his chance against Trick Williams. The match ended where two referees came in, counted the 1, 2, 3. One is saying that Eddie Thorpe is the champion. The other one is saying that Trick Williams is retaining his title. And then it kind of went off air with controversy. We still got this budding rivalry between Eddie Thorpe and management, specifically Shawn Michaels. Then one thing I also noted, Eddie Thorpe, either way you determine it, his foot was under the rope. So, this is definitely very entertaining. What do you think of NXT so far?
I mean, this is the thing about that championship match. If you look at the rule book, right, or the track record that they have with those double counts, the match has ultimately resulted a draw.
Mm-hmm.
When there's 2 pinfalls, 1, 2, 3, it's a draw. So that means, with that being said, in my opinion, and still NXT champion, Trick Williams. I don't care. It's just so look, he lives to fight another day. You know what I mean? He lives to fight another day with that championship. So any day Trick is the champion is a good day in NXT.
They definitely got me wanting to tap in to NXT next week, but Saturday,
I've been trying to tap in with NXT, man, but it's just time restrictions, yo.
I know.
Golly.
For sure. But Saturday night main event, we crowned our first WWE Women's United States champion, Chelsea Green, the inaugural champion. Man, it's about time they showed Chelsea Green some love. I said this was going to happen too. So I'm sitting pretty right now. Hey, this podcast is the master of predictions. I'm just saying,
I'm telling you, people don't know. People don't know about it, but shoot, once they get tapped in, they go back to all the old episodes and see them and be like, wait. They recorded this on said day, and then this happened said day. So it's like, dang, these boys work for them or something? Like, nah, we don't work for them. We not bookers at the end of the day, bro. We just two dudes that just like wrestling.
Facts. Not even in just wrestling. If y'all tapped in on the channel with the sports podcast as well, I even told y'all the Milwaukee Bucks is gonna be NBA Cup champions.
Man, if that's the case, bro, I'm gonna need to get on your podcast for the basketball because, man, I need some picks for my parlays, bro.
Hey, man.
I'm trying to eat on these parlays, man.
We've been running it up on that too, but for sure, you welcome anytime. Also on Saturday night main event, I mean, it was kind of like a feel good show, but it was nothing too eventful in that show. Outside, it was what happened after the show. Kevin Owens package pile driver to Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is at home resting. Kevin Owens put Cody on his top, got into it with Triple H, walked out with the Wing Eagle Championship. Man, I told you, Kevin Owens, man, this the best version of Kevin Owens. Heel Kevin Owens is the best Kevin Owens.
This is my thing, man. What is up with everybody getting written off TV right now, bro? Like, gee whiz, bro. You got Javon Evans, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Jey Uso. Like, where is all these people going? Bronson Reed. I mean, that's a legit injury.
Kinda,
Tongaloa, legit injury. But it's like everybody getting written off TV right now, bro. I guess they look, man. I guess they tell them, look, get your rest because as soon as Raw's on Netflix, it's go time. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on right now.
I'm definitely interested to see because I'm actually going to the WWE holiday tour in Miami next Sunday. So I'm like they advertised Cody Rhodes for the show. So I'm wondering if he's still gonna turn up like on the card. And then apparently they supposed to be filming. They already filmed Monday Night Raw for next week already, and they're supposed to be filming SmackDown for next week as well as this week upcoming. So maybe that's just his way of like not competing on those and then competing on the holiday tour. I don't know. I'll keep y'all updated on that. But where does Kevin Owens go from here?
I think Kevin Owens. I think he parades the title around every week.
Dope. That'll be hard.
Kevin Owens he's the true WWE with the Winged Eagle title.
That's what I'm saying. That'll be hard.
That's a way to keep the Winged Eagle title on TV.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you keep it on TV. So I kind of hope that they do this, yo. It's like, see, Kevin Owens put himself in a position where you really can't hate him, bro.
at
Like, you
all.
really cannot hate this man, bro. I mean, yeah, he power drives a couple people here and there, but can you really hate this man? Because
Like,
technically everything he's did was justifiable, bro.
that's what I want to say. And then, like, I want to say this because I've been seeing this theory on the internet, and this is what I've been saying all along. And this gonna go like when we do our awards later. This gonna factor into it. But think about it: Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre. What do they all have in common? They hate people that team with Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns ruined their careers.
Yeah.
Like, so that shows you the gravitational pull of Roman Reigns. You know, for people that saying that he shouldn't be in the Mount Rushmore conversation, you crazy. And also, Kevin Owens is justified. He showed the clip of Roman Reigns time after time trying to take his career away from him, and Cody Rhodes teamed with this guy after they helped Cody Rhodes take him out of power and become champion. So it's almost like a slap in the face. But hey, you know, I'm gonna sit back and watch him cook. So
Excuse me.
SmackDown though, Big Jimmy Uso started off the show saying that he want to stand on his own, reach some heights, maybe become United States champion, maybe become Royal Rumble winner, maybe become world champion. He said all this before he was ultimately Claymored by Drew McIntyre because he also went back to Roman Reigns. But sticking with Jimmy Uso, what do you think his ceiling is heading into 2025?
This is my thing about Drew McIntyre and Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso never left Roman Reigns. If you really think about it, he never really left Roman Reigns. I mean, he took a little break, but he never left him.
Yeah,
He was always with Roman Reigns, even when they was going through their bad stuff. But yeah, man. As far as Jimmy Uso, I would like to see Jimmy Uso go on a Jey Uso kind of run. I would like to see it. You know what I mean? Him being a United States champ or seeing what's out there for him. But he has to, he has to make us believe that. You know what I mean? Make us want to, because I'm sorry, bro, but Jey Uso, that man's been killing it all 2025. Yo, that
for
dude has
sure.
been killing it. All like, I mean, some people put him. This is the thing. Some people put him lower on their top 5, the top 10 lists because of his matches, but his character, though,
Yeah,
the character that he portrays every single week is like, man,
I'm not
you
gonna
just
lie.
cannot hate this guy.
I'm not gonna lie. You know who the Usos and Solo reminding me of right now? It's looking like the Ball brothers. I'm just saying, looking like the Ball
Mm.
brothers. But I think if we,
Which one? Okay, but the thing is, which one's Zoe, which one's Mello, and which one's Jello?
well, Jimmy,
I think I know who Jello
I was
is.
about to say Jimmy is for sure Jello. Now,
Dang.
now you can make the case that Jay is Zoe because we're gonna see what his future look like. But still a talented prospect, but never reached like full all star the mountaintop yet. And then Solo, as we seen this year, is growing into his own, just like Melo. So you can make the case. But I will
Yeah.
say, judging off like the crowd reaction to Jimmy's promo on SmackDown, I definitely feel like the crowd will get behind him once he starts on his solo career. So
Right.
no pun intended. Um, Also, Nick Aldis was threatening to strip Bianca and Jade of the tag team titles, but who put a cancel to this? Naomi, as she says she'll fill in for Jade and help Bianca defend those tag team titles, which they'll be defending it next week or this upcoming SmackDown against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. So, is Naomi suspect number one in your eyes of who attacked Jade Cargill?
If she's not already, I think she's definitely suspect number 2, but this ain't helping her case right now. Because I don't know, the way you just had to just be right there and butt in and be like, oh, I'll take the spot. I'll take the spot from you. So it does kind of feel weird. And if you think about it, Naomi has not really had the best 2024
at all.
So, hey, she might be trying to go into next year as the
Now,
star.
do you think Bianca and Naomi could be pulling the Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods right now?
Jay? I don't know, man. I don't know, but I wouldn't look. I'm not gonna put it past me though. It's a high possibility. It's a possibility it can happen. I'll just say that.
Shoot. Man, what did happen on SmackDown? Braun Strowman came back, and it is crazy because last week you were like, you don't want to speculate on who gonna face Carmelo Hayes, and I wanted to say Braun Strowman, but I was like, nah, I'm just gonna let it be. So it's crazy. That's another thing I could have predicted last
I
week too.
kept, bro. This is the thing. I kept seeing reports on Braun Strowman. You know what I mean? But I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to just say it because I didn't want this thing. I wanted to be shocked. I don't want to.
Nah,
I don't want to be right on everything. I don't want to be right. I hate being right, bro.
hey, it's
Cause
their
I
job to
look.
keep us guessing.
This is the thing. When I watch wrestling now, I don't just watch it as a fan anymore, but I watch it as like a pro wrestler. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to see what moves I want to put into my, into my arsenal, things of that nature. But it's just like when you've watched it for a while, you
You kind
notice
of know.
patterns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You notice patterns and trends and things of that nature. So like when I saw the report, I'm like I'm thinking in the back of my head like, yeah, it's a possibility. I could definitely see that happening, but I wasn't gonna spoil it on the podcast though.
I respect it. How you feel about him squashing Carmelo Hayes? Essentially,
Mm.
I told you.
I mean, he's a look. If we're talking about like the believability of it, I'm not mad at it because he's a big guy. Braun Strowman's a big dude, and Carmelo smaller than Braun. You know what I mean? So you trying to face a big dude unprepared at that, unprepared. He didn't know who his opponent was. None of that stuff. So like that happening, it's believable. I'm not even mad at it. So the way I see it, Carmelo had an easy day in the office.
You think he gonna bounce back?
Yeah, definitely, because it doesn't. I don't think it hurts him. I don't think that squash hurt him. I didn't because it's like I said, he's a bigger guy. You know what I mean? And he was unprepared. It's an unexpected like return.
Yeah.
So it'd been one thing if you built this match up for like 3-4 weeks and then it happens and then boom he gets squashed. Then yeah, that would kind of hurt him a little bit. But the fact that he was unprepared, this don't hurt him. Not even a bit. Not even the slightest.
No, for sure. I'm in agreement with you, especially when SmackDown and Raw get extended to 3 hours. Like he gonna have more shine. So I ain't worried about it in the least bit. And then finally on SmackDown, Roman Reigns threw down the gauntlet. He wanted to go to tribal combat with Solo Sikoa for that Ulafala to determine who's the real tribal chief and who will truly be acknowledged. And this is set to go down on January 6th, which it's almost embedded in my brain as much as WWE shows that little promo for Netflix. The debut of Raw on Netflix, January 6th, 2025. Tribal Combat, Solo, Roman for the Ulafala. Who you got?
Do I have to say it? Because you probably ain't gonna agree. And what the reason that I think is behind it. This is just based off what I've been seeing. But
I mean, you can save it if you want.
alright. I'm gonna say who's gonna win. Well, I'm gonna say who I want. Well, you know what? I'm gonna just say who's gonna win. Solo Sikoa. And let me explain. Remember you just said them 3 names, right? Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins. Being the ones that hate Roman Reigns. A lot of people think that it's The Rock or somebody else is going to cost him the match, but guess who's going to cost him that match? Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is going to cost Roman Reigns that match, and then they're going to go into a program, Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns. And then at that point, Roman Reigns is not the tribal chief anymore. That whole thing dies down. If that was to happen, it would just, he's no longer tribal chief. You can never say he's tribal chief because now Solo will be the undisputed tribal chief. It's gonna suck. It's gonna be a hard pill to swallow, but I think if they do it right, I think it'll be alright though. It'll be a decent little feud.
Oh, see, I don't know. I was thinking that all of those people would get involved though, like just like a attitude era, old fashioned type of main event where, because think about it, in every tribal combat that we done seen thus far, we seen people come out. So like at WrestleMania, we saw all of the bloodline, and then
That was bloodline rules though. See,
it's
tribal
kind of,
combat.
but tribal combat is kind
Nah,
of. Tribal combat is what Roman and Jay had, and Jimmy
yeah,
still.
but this is the thing though. It was just this. So look, this is what I noticed about tribal combat. Tribal combat, it's usually like I would say like relatives getting involved, whereas bloodline rules, everybody getting involved. You know what I mean? I don't know if you noticed that little Easter egg in there, but I think that's what kind of makes the difference of it. But it's technically the same match. Bloodline rules and tribal combat, you have a point. It's the same match, but I think if you really want to get down to like the nitty gritty, that's what kind of makes them different. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a booker. I'm just speculating.
My bad. My
Your headphones fell out or something, bro?
my AirPods died, so I had to the Raycons.
Yeah, it's looking like my
But the stick with your theory though, like you said, tribal combat is more relative. Then that would justify the fact that The Rock would come in and interfere because he a relative and Drew McIntyre isn't.
You know what?
Or we
Going off
could
that
get,
logic, you have a point. You have a point. You have a
or
point.
we can get a new debut. We could get, Lance Anawahi is signed with WWE. Hikuleo is signed with WWE. So I mean,
I think they're really saving these dudes for the Netflix, bro. I think they're really saving them for Netflix because this is
could
like,
be.
oh, I didn't think about that. You know what? You know what? Scrap everything I just said. I'm not even gonna pay attention to it. I'm gonna look at it as a fan. You know what I mean? And just don't even.
Hey,
I'm gonna watch it and be surprised when we come back on this podcast and be like, okay, what did we just see? Like we come up on your shot. So I'm
for
not
sure.
I'm not gonna dig too deep into this. I'm not doing that.
Monday Night Raw started off with a brawl, first of words, but then a fist between CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Then it was announced that they will also have a match on the January 6th Raw on Netflix debut.
We predicted that. You predicted
Uh-huh.
that, bro.
And then, and then Drew McIntyre, which was another part of my prediction, came up to Seth Rollins and was trying to tell him how similar they are. Now, Seth isn't having it right now, but remember last week I asked you, was there a world where we see these two team up to take down their enemies? And I don't know. Seth Rollins is in denial right now that they similar, but I feel like we headed in that path eventually.
Oh, I told you. Not just two. All three of them. The names we just mentioned: Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins. I'm telling you, that's the big three. That's the big three right now, bro.
So, do you think, I don't know how long a recovery is for a big toe, but do you think at WrestleMania we'll get Seth, Kevin, and Drew versus Jay, Jimmy, and Sammy?
That's a possibility. I mean, yeah, I can see it. I guess. I mean,
Because Kevin Owens said we'll cross
look,
that line when we get to it.
if Seth and Punk don't drag this series to WrestleMania, then
Oh,
I
they're
can
not.
see it. I can see it.
They're
Man.
not.
I can see
I
it.
I don't
I
think they
mean,
will. See him,
them being
Paul.
on Raw and Netflix kind of shows that they're not. So
Yeah,
that's a low
that's what I'm
possibility
saying.
right now.
I think whatever that favor is, we gonna find out what it is by the time WrestleMania comes. That's what I think.
Yeah.
So, but Braun Breaker successfully retained his Intercontinental Championship. So I wanted to ask you, if not Ludwig Kaiser, who do you think will eventually dethrone Braun Breaker as Intercontinental Champion? Mind you, there's only one right answer.
Mm. Honestly, I really don't know who's gonna dethrone that man for the championship.
It's got to be Sheamus, bro. I ain't going for nobody else.
I
It's got to
mean,
be Sheamus.
honestly, you could have Braun Breaker hold that title till Mania for Sheamus to take it off of him, so Sheamus can
Or
be that Grand Slam champ.
one guy from NXT who has been carrying NXT on his back.
Trick?
Yeah.
Mm. If he does that, then that's gonna kinda add fuel to the whole debate with who's better
I'm
with
telling you,
between Carmelo and Trick. You know what I mean? So
man, it's a wait and see. But right now, Braun Breaker, he on fire right now, so I respect it.
or another name, if we just what, I'm just gonna throw it in the hat. I don't even care. It may not happen, but I'm just gonna throw his name in the hat. Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, it ain't happening. Next topic. The New Day were kicked out of the locker room by Rey Mysterio. How bad is it gonna get for the New Day after what they did to Big E, man?
Bruh, Kofi didn't even have a match in his own hometown, bruh. Ain't he from Boston?
Man, I don't know if he from Boston, Jamaica, West
Jamaica,
Ghana.
Ghana, West
I don't
Africa?
know.
Like, oh
Kofi
my
Kingston,
god, bro.
Mr.
Like,
Worldwide, bro.
shoot. The whole Jamaican thing, no, I can't believe that they did that with him. But hey, that's another topic for another day. Oh boy.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon. In other words, Rhea Ripley came out to say that Adam Pearce granted her another championship match with Liv Morgan, which I assume is going to also be on the Netflix of Raw, even though it hasn't been announced yet.
This is how, honestly, they need to just wrap it up. Just wrap it up.
Yeah.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Like, a lot of people are starting to, like,
get over
I
it.
wouldn't say, they're just starting to just not be invested in this story no more, man.
I already know
it's been going on for too long. Like, Rhea Ripley probably gonna win.
She is, and I already know how she is gonna win. So, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna leave that to the fans to interpret.
Okay.
Or I could give you a little hint if you want to know.
Yeah, you can throw the hint out there right now.
You know, Rhea Ripley is headed, or no, should I say Liv Morgan is headed for the big time.
I still haven't picked it up, but I'm not digging into it. I don't want to know.
Well, we'll see if everybody else caught that. But also, Dom has a new nickname. Rhea Ripley called him a chicken tender slut. So, I respect it.
You see? You see? They playing with the lines a little bit. See, they're trying to see what they can and can't say at this point. I think honestly, I think a lot of these plays are just going to throw community guidelines out the window. Like, come on, you got TikTok ignoring stuff now. You got like USA just not even caring like that. You got people saying slut now on USA. Like, I'm thinking community guidelines is just, it's like, you know what, bro? At this point, everybody knows that the words exist. So it's just like,
don't get on Twitter.
Forget it. Oh yeah, Twitter.
Been gone.
No. Well, X.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say this about X. The way that X is, you might as well put 2 more X's followed by it, bro.
I knew you was gonna say that.
I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna just say that, bro.
I had to block a lot of people because every time I get on, bro, in public,
and they reposting it like you nasty, bro. Like,
I'm telling you, like, yeah. But Zoe Stark has advanced in the women's Intercontinental Championship tournament. Can you see Zoe Stark as the inaugural women's Intercontinental Champion? Nah. I think she underrated.
She is, but nah.
I was actually surprised that Raquel didn't go over in this match, though. But
I didn't really see the match. She didn't get pinned, though, huh?
No, she didn't get pinned. It was Kaden Carter that got pinned.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. But, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if it happened, but nah.
Yeah, I'm still... The 2 people that I want to win are still in it, but I think it's going to be Lyra Valkyria.
That's what I think. See, this is what I think was gonna happen. They put the Women's U.S. Championship on someone that's been around for a while. They're gonna put that Women's Intercontinental Championship on a newcomer, and that newcomer, Laura Valkyria. Telling you right now.
And then also on Monday Night Raw, we got a little video package with a 0 and then a slash. So a lot of people are speculating, who could it be? Who?
Mm.
You know, there's only one person that makes sense, but let's see if I could play it without getting, in trouble.
Who's you gonna play? What, theme song or something?
Nah, a little.
Oh, the video package. Okay. I thought you were trying to play the theme song. Who you think it is?
Bear with
I don't
me,
think
y'all.
it's playing, bro.
Y'all know my computer's slow. I ain't sharing it. What you think?
That's it?
That's it. Who you think it is? It can only be.
I mean, hey, if that's the case, we're gonna see what he can do in the WWE. So
Nothing but get put in the LWO and then become a victim.
I hope that's not
Look
the
at
case,
my
bro.
look at my boy
I hope that's
Andrade
not
right now being taken out by the bloodline, man.
I hope that ain't the case, bro.
Yeah. Hopefully WWE prove otherwise, but when it comes to Mexican talent other than Eddie and Ray, I just don't know.
Crazy, man.
Also,
But we
to
shall see.
cap off Monday Night Raw, the War Raiders are now your new tag team champions. Defeated JD and Finn, thanks to Damian Priest. So, any thoughts on that? I'm happy for
Kind
the
of knew
War
that was
Raiders.
gonna happen. It was gonna happen. I knew them boys was gonna win them championships, man. So, cause I mean, look, bro, like they really haven't. If you honestly think about it, SmackDown's tag team championships have been defended a lot more than them World Tag Team Championships.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. But look, but Raw's always been known for tag team wrestling. So I mean, SmackDown's always been
I'm
known
about
for
to say
tag team
Raw.
wrestling. Excuse me. Yeah, SmackDown's always been known for tag team wrestling. Raw's always been good for the storylines. SmackDown's always been the good matches. That's what you want to see some good wrestling. Go on SmackDown.
For sure, man. It's time to bring back the Slammies here on the Link Up Pod on another week in wrestling. So we got some awards last week. We told y'all we're gonna mix a little NBA with the WWE. So let's get to it. Last week we told you who our women's MVP would be, and we consider that to be Liv Morgan. So we won't have that award up for debate this time, but we have some other awards starting with Turn of the Year. So heel Turn of the Year, we got nominees: New Day turning on Big E, Dominic Mysterio doing a double heel turn on Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan turning heel, executing her revenge tour, taking down the Women's World Championship and the Judgment Day from Rhea Ripley, Finn Balor costing Damian Priest the World Heavyweight Championship not once but twice, and then Solo Sikoa turning on his original bloodline, to go off and form his own.
So how are we doing these polls? Are we letting the people decide, or are we
Oh no,
gonna just
we gonna decide, and then I'm gonna do my best to post all of these on TikTok, on Shorts, and then have the people debate with us if they
okay?
disagree.
All right. Well,
And then also another nominee, final nominee, the final boss, turning at the press conference and slapping the taste out of Cody Rhodes. So you got the New Day, Dominic Mysterio, Liv Morgan, Finn Balor, Solo Sikoa, and the final boss for a heel turn of the year.
heel turn of the year, in my opinion. Oh, it's neck and neck between two. For me, I'm stuck between New Day, turn on Big E,
And the final
or
boss.
Dominic Mysterio.
Ah.
Because this thing about Dominic, though, this is why I'm gonna explain why I say Dominic. Because Dominic is probably one of the only people I know that can double heel turn when you're already labeled as a heel. Like you could find a way to make the crowd hate you even more.
Yeah.
So,
But
but
can I make the argument though?
uh,
Do you feel like some of Dominic's heat kind of went away after that heel turn, or you think like it's still there?
nah, he couldn't even talk on Monday Night Raw.
I
It's
mean,
still there. It's still alive and well.
I just wanted to throw it out. He just hasn't himself been in any major program like beefing
Right.
with Finn right now. But well, since we both agreed on one, I guess we got to give it to the New Day. Turning on
There
Big
we
E.
go. New Day it is.
I still can't get over you broke your neck. So what? So
And this is crazy because I feel like that this heel turn could have been way, way worse for Big E if he was cleared to compete. I'm pretty sure that they would have attacked him or something. You know what I mean?
for sure.
So just for them to be able to turn on him with just words, that says a lot.
Yeah. And then kicked out of the locker room and nobody liked him. I can't wait to see where this story goes going forward. Match of the year. We had the Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. WrestleMania Night 1 main event. Seth Rollins teaming with Cody Rhodes versus The Rock and Roman Reigns. WrestleMania Night 2 main event. Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns Bloodline Rules match. And then Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles at Backlash in France. I'm stuck.
Wait, what was the Night 2 WrestleMania match you said again?
The Bloodline Rules between Cody and Roman.
So,
I'm stuck between two.
Unfortunately, one that's X'd out for me because I would just say this. Right match, wrong column to put it in. I'd say Night 2, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. I'd have to take that out. Because let me tell you why. I think that match belongs in a different column for the reward. Because I don't think as far as like okay, so look, as far as the comebacks, okay, cool. That it was some good moments. But the match, I really don't remember much of the match. I can't lie. I don't remember much of the match.
I just remember,
and that's gonna be it.
I just remember The Rock making my night. That's all.
Look. The comebacks. That's why I said if there was a column, I'm gonna just say it. If there's a column for moment of the year, that one's definitely getting my vote all day. Moment of the year, because Cody Rhodes finishing that story, that's moment of the year all day long. But match of the year, gotta give it to Cody versus AJ Styles at Backlash. The fact that I had to watch that match and study that match 2 times, that just tells me right there that match was something special. Them boys left it all out there on the floor.
I can respect it. Let's see. Women's Tag Team of the Year. We had Jade and Bianca, Nia Jackson, Tiffany Stratton. I put them in there because they teamed a lot this year. The Meta Girls being Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, who of course won the women's tag team championships at Clash at the Castle, and then Damage Control, and then Pure Fusion Collective is in there as well.
Jade and Bianca. Not up for debate.
Undoubtedly.
Jade and Bianca.
All
they
right.
deserve it.
Men's tag team of the year. We got Nathan Frazier and Axiom, Motor City Machine Guns, the Tongans, Tamatonga and Tongaloa. Representing the Judgment Day, JD McDonough and Finn Balor, A-Town Down Under, and then Awesome Truth.
Fraxium. I'm taking
sure.
Fraxium, bro. Because, dog, when I tell you, that boy Nathan Frazier, dude, that is somebody I really have to sit and watch and study some of his moves. There's a lot of moves that I want to
crazy.
Look into with that. I'm telling you, bro, that dude is athletic as hell, son. Like, he be going off, bro.
Nah.
Fraxium definitely gets they get my pick.
All right. Comeback of the year. Got Cora Jade down at NXT. All the members of the Wyatt Six. The Rock. Goldberg. Naomi. John Cena. And Undertaker.
Goldberg's on this list?
He came back. He was in Bad Blood. He stepped in the ring.
That was a comeback. What? No. My pick is gonna be Wyatt 6. That's my pick.
Over The Rock?
Over The Rock. I think Wyatt 6. Because The Rock was popping up every once in a while, so he was planting seeds that he was gonna have something to do with WrestleMania at that time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Wyatt 6, like, you've seen the vignettes and all stuff like that, like the vignettes and all that about him, and you was anticipating, like, you was expecting him to come back, and when they finally did, it was like, oh, dang, okay, now it's on. So, you know, yeah, they get my Comeback of the Year award for sure.
All right. So now we're getting into the more controversial and juicier awards, starting with the Woman's Most Improved Superstar of the Year. Nominees.
I'm looking at the names and it's down to 2 already.
Nominees: Tiffany Stratton, Jada Parker from NXT, Roxanne Perez, NXT Women's Champion, Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, Chelsea Green, the inaugural Women's United States Champion, Lola Vice from NXT, and Kalani Jordan, the inaugural NXT North American Women's Champion.
All right. I'm going to just say this. This list did not miss at all. Honestly, if I can give the reward to all these women on this list, I would, you know, because they all deserve this award.
Hey, thank you.
But unfortunately, only one can walk away with this award. And for me, this goes back numerous podcasts ago. We've been talking about this woman all year long since we started this podcast, about how she's been improving in the ring, outside the ring, promo work, everything. So with that being said, this award goes to none other than Nia Jax.
Yeah.
Period.
I'm not mad at that one. You know, Liv Morgan walks away with the Women's MVP of the Year. Nia Jax walks away with that Most Improved. All right. Now we got the Men's Most Improved Superstar of the Year. Solo Sikoa, Jey Uso, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, and Trick Williams.
For me, it's gonna have to be. Oof.
This one is tough.
This one's tough too. You ain't miss on this one either. Oh, this one's gonna shock you. This one, because you know what? It shocked me too. But I'm gonna have to give this award to Bronson Reed, bro. Over Jey Uso, over Braun Breaker, and over Trick Williams. Yes, bro.
Oh man,
Bronson Reed, because he actually in those last couple months, he's been putting in that work. Unfortunately, His foot
injured.
gave out. The fact that he was able to sacrifice that for that major spot, I ain't gonna lie. You can get it. The
That
reward. You got it. No
uh
did.
hey,
Because I know where your mind is right now.
hey, Bronson Reed, that's why I put him as a nominee on this list. Bro really like stepped it up this year, and where it looked like he could have been kind of like Nia Jax on that list again to be released again. Bronson Reed stepped it up this year. Started off with the 6 tsunamis to Seth Rollins, then made everybody, in his words, a victim, as he would say. And I just can't wait till he has gold over his shoulder, because it ain't gonna fit around his waist. Gold over his shoulder in 2025 when he does come back. All right. So now we're moving on to the Women's Rookie of the Year. Jade Cargill, Stephanie Vacure, Julia, Zarya, Ren Sinclair, or Jordan Grace.
Rookie of the Year. Woo! Oh, man. I mean, hey, with the name I'm about to say, it doesn't come as no surprise. Stephanie Valkyrie. I'll take her over there any day. I'll take her as my pick.
Over Jade?
Yeah, over Jade. Yeah. Rookie of the Year? Yeah, I'll take her over Jade.
Over Julia?
Because Jade, I mean, thing is though, yeah, I would. Because I mean, technically, Jade isn't really is she really a rookie?
She debuted at the Royal Rumble. Like she signed last year, but she officially made her in-ring debut for WWE at the Royal Rumble.
Okay. Well, yeah, I already said the name. I can't go back on it. So, Stephanie Valkyrie, you take the reward. Because I think about it, I'm like, yeah, you know what? So we'll just say she won by like 1 vote.
All right, Men's Rookie of the Year. So we have the Bloodline 2.0, spearheaded by Jacob Fatu. Also Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa in that group. The Motor City Machine Guns, Ethan Page, Joe Hendry, and Javon Evans. So this one is another. This one is tough, but there's only one right answer. But
look, it ain't tough for me. It ain't tough for me. Because this one's gonna shock you too, just like how them last two shocked you. Oh, never mind. No, it's close. Damn.
I'm about to say, you can't do this.
I'm stuck between two.
It's only one
between two.
It's only one right
now,
answer.
one thing I will say, I'll give you the hint of who it is, so we could just block them all out. It's not a tag team or a faction.
I already know who it is. Like, I already know who you're gonna say, and I'm not mad at it. But it's that one person in that faction that's like, I think.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then no, we gotta change this up then.
Well, then take them out of the faction.
Okay, it's a solo. No pun intended. It is a solo reward. So I'm gonna say, with that being said, that reward goes to Jacob Fatu, bro.
Okay. Or you could have did co-rookie of the year, like Grant Hill and Jason Kidd. You could have did co-rookie of the year, Jacob and and Javon.
No, let me stop. That's why I was just about to. Bro, you stopped me when I was going to say it. All right, it's a tie between two, so y'all gonna get 2 rewards, bro. Jacob Fatu and Javon Evans, because Javon Evans been putting in that work, man.
Yeah.
That's who was gonna be my pick if I didn't see Bloodline 2.0. I was gonna pick Javon Evans just off rip.
That's why I said I'm not mad at it. But
because dude been putting in some work. They had to write that man off on TV, bro. Like, dang.
But what Jacob has done,
all on Twitter.
What Jacob has done, it can't go unseen, bro. He got to get something. So
yeah.
All right, last award. Men's Most Valuable Superstar of the Year. The nominees are Gunther, The Rock, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, or Damian Priest.
Now, this name I'm about to call out, right? Pretty much checked out all my boxes. As far as wrestling, like in-ring work, storytelling, promo work. We can even go like as far as how over they are with like merch, things of that nature. Anything outside pressed outside of, the company, I'd say anything of that nature. So they check out all those boxes. That name. You're gonna hate me when I say it, bro. And this person actually this person's actually gonna shock you because, well, it ain't gonna shock you. I'm sorry, I had to break it to you, bro.
It's not.
Cody Rhodes.
I knew you was gonna say it.
Cody Rhodes, bro. Like, what I'm gonna say though, these names that you had on this list, like, I can make an argument for. I'm gonna make an argument for all these people that's on this list. Gunther, dude could wrestle. He has so many finishes that he could finish you off with. His promo work's getting better. All that things of that nature. He has a thing going on with Kaiser. Look, it's cool. The Rock. He wasn't around too long to kind of even. I don't know. Honestly, this is a hot take. I don't know why The Rock even on this list, bro. You just like The Rock, bro. I think you just like The Rock, dog.
So did The Rock not have memorable moments this year?
Yeah. So you said The Rock didn't have what?
I said, did he not have memorable moments this year?
He did. Every time you heard, if you smell, he's had the biggest pop.
Okay, and have people not been wondering when he's gonna come back?
Yes.
So he deserves to be in the MVP conversation.
All right. Okay, you have a point there. CM Punk
deserves to be his story with Drew McIntyre.
Yes.
And Seth Rollins.
He deserves to be on that list. Yes. I'm saying, bro. I'm literally trying to argue a case as to why they're on the list, but unfortunately, they did not get the reward.
Drew McIntyre. Because I don't know. I understand Cody, but Drew McIntyre quietly has had the best year in the WWE quietly.
No doubt about it. Hey, look, you chose, and now, okay, this thing, you chose to make this list hard as hell. That's all I'm gonna say. You chose to make this list hard as hell. You put Roman Reigns. Okay, Roman Reigns deserves to be on here just because his name is Roman Reigns. But if he would have been on there, if he would have been with the company a little bit more, less time off, would have been there a lot more, he probably would have gotten the whole reward. You know what I mean? He probably would have gotten it from me. Jey Uso, it sucks that he didn't get it, but like, man, it's just like he didn't check all my boxes. It's really the fact that he didn't check up all my boxes as far as in-ring. A lot of his matches have not lived up to the hype, and you can ask anybody that. Look at his match at WrestleMania with Jimmy Uso. It did not deliver. Unfortunately, it did not deliver. And if I'm being honest, bro, that's gonna take a minute to come back from that one, bro. It's gonna take a minute. It's gonna take a minute.
You want to get a rerun?
Seth Rollins. I mean, like you said, he's been doing decent work. You know, he's been having it, but it was honestly close. I'm gonna tell you this: it was close between Cody and Seth, in my opinion.
See,
that was the two names I was at: Cody and Seth. That was my because Seth does check off all my boxes. He checks off every box. You know what I mean?
See, but I made the list. I made the list, but for me, if I was the one choosing the winners, it would have came down to Gunther, Cody, McIntyre, and Priest. I feel like Priest was a dark horse pick when you consider the type of
Priest. I think Priest deserved to be in the most improved list. If you ask me.
I can see that too.
Because most improved, this dude, when he got called up to the main roster, United States Championship here and there, but the moment Triple H got a hold of him, World Heavyweight Champion. And we didn't even see it coming.
But the reason that he wasn't, his momentum basically started last year when he won the Money in the Bank contract. Then they won the tag team titles. So Damian Priest already kind of been, and the Judgment Day was always in the main event of Monday Night Raw. So I couldn't say like he.
You're right.
You know, it wasn't. he didn't have like a most improved year like some of the people I chose, like a Solo or Jay or Trick or Braun Breaker or anybody like that. Like he just kind of
Yeah, you're
trend.
right. You're right.
You feel me? But no, I'm not. I'm not. The only one that I'm kind of surprised about is the women's rookie of the year. I would have probably gave it to Jade, but
But see, that's the thing. I already had said my name, so I couldn't take it back. So
yeah, no, I respect it. But man, that's it for our edition of the Slammies. Before we head on out of here, anything you want to say to the people?
y'all already know. Follow us on all the socials. Alexander _. Check out my boy Ron the Don on all his socials. You know what I mean?
Even though I don't be on
And
there,
you need to start being on there. You know what I mean? So,
it's
but yeah,
tough.
with that being said, that's all I got to say, man. I just know that this dude is trash in every wrestling game he play. He can't beat me in no wrestling game. Can't beat me in no NBA 2K. He can't beat me in nothing. And look his mouth. Look his mouth. He ain't closing his mouth because he know that it's real. He can't beat me in nothing. Nothing.
One thing, if you've been watching this show, you can honestly say is Ron never lied to you. Can't say the same for this guy. But, that's him talking.
Xander never lied to you.
Hey,
Women lie, men lie, but numbers don't lie. Remember that.
you're not a number. You're African American. But anyway, yes, like he said, follow us. Big shout out to everybody, rocking with us since we started this pod. Merry Christmas to everybody. It's still up in the air, whether we're gonna get to you before or after Christmas. So I just want to say that in advance. And again, man, I appreciate y'all. Without y'all, or without some people tuning in, I wouldn't even be doing this no more. But we've been getting in the double digits, sometimes in the triple digits on views, and then the TikToks and everything been going crazy. So I appreciate everybody on that front.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just one guy, so I apologize for not, posting a bunch of content. I'm trying my best, with the editing and everything. And then 2025, we will get better. We got a official pro wrestler on the podcast. Hopefully,
Yeah,
I
and
can
to be honest
become.
with you, bro, I don't know. I don't know like how long I'll be able to give my biased opinions on pro wrestling stuff that's
Mhm.
happening on pro wrestling and stuff. So we don't know how the format is going to be within 2025 or in the next years to come.
Yeah,
But for as long as I can, I'm gonna keep talking like a wrestling fan, just like all of y'all, and we're gonna talk wrestling. You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
So
He might have to go the Logan Paul way, but we gonna see. But I'm your host, Ron the Don. Wishing you a happy holidays. Your other host, Alan Xander.
Xander,
And
yes
like that,
sir.
ladies and gentlemen, we out.
Peace.
Trip forever and I'm just not getting started. That's the one. Yeah.